Alright, welcome to Yellow Skunk Farms, everybody. Quick disclaimer, this is a 21-year-old and up channel, so if you're not 21, please leave now. Appreciate it. We got agro soil in the house with purple non-sulfur bacteria. This is from Agro Soil, from Moe, over at Agro Soil. Check him out at Agro Soil. There's all his information right there. Purple non-sulfur bacteria. This is what we've been waiting on. This is what we've been waiting on. If you didn't see our live video yesterday, go check out our live video from filling up the pond and creek. We used the, I knew I remembered I had a pump, so I just went and got my pump, stuck it down in there, and sucked out all the water. It's completely dry now. But we found out where our leaks are. I marked where we need to put concrete. We're going to actually sand this down a little bit, put some concrete down, reseal it, smooth it all out where it needs to be smoothed out. Lesson learned with that. Should have learned my lesson the first time, but this is purple non-sulfur bacteria from the mother culture that Moe's been making. And this is the first time it's out of its bag. So we're going to start off very lightly. Use a half a shot glass, basically. So imagine a half a shot glass. So this right here, I mean, good Lord, this stuff will last forever. Because we just simply don't need a lot. We could probably use it half a shot glass, maybe up to a shot glass every, once a month maybe. Our flowers are, looking okay from the crash. We're about 10 days, day 11 from the crash. And the flower itself, looks pretty good. We got some droopy leaves, some curled leaves, from the, you see we did a lockout. We had a lockout, basically, is the best way to explain it. We locked out all the nutrients. Flowers, plants just could not uptake nutrients due to the fact that they were drowning, basically. We had too much water and not enough air, dissolved oxygen in the water that was being uptaken into the soil, suffocating the grass. But now that we have reset everything, it was all started off with the red light, basically. So I killed off all my bacteria. We basically have to start over again. So what we have to do now is continue to clean the creek manually with these pads. Like, I bought this new pad. I've been using white pads, but I found this green pad that's a little thicker. It should last a little longer, catch some of that bigger stuff, release some of the smaller stuff. But what I've been doing is just what I've always done, is as this stuff, as it builds up. So we have strong flow coming from up there. Strong, just like over on the new pond, it's going to flow fast through here. You can see how fast it's moving through here. Then it hits here and slows up. So this is kind of our trap point right here. From here, and then it speeds up back down where the pad is, back into the pond. So this area here is kind of our trap zone. This is where most of the poo and all the nitrate, ammonia stuff is going to get trapped up in here. All the debris, the waste. And then we come in here and release it into the pad. Oh, there's a shrimp. It just got him all riled up. Look at him. He'll get out the way. He's a gangster. So let me just move this water as best we can. Oops. I'm going to just get it into that pad. And then we can take the pad, put it in a bucket, hit it with the water hose, clean it out, put it back. Then we've got that wastewater in the bucket that we can utilize outdoors. Definitely don't need it in here. So you can see what we're doing there. You can see we really just, where it built up that sludge and waste. I want to send it on down to the pad, catch it in the pad. So the design of the creek, actually, I was thinking a little bit, because I knew we were going to get fast flow down through there, and then I wanted it to kind of catch right, slow up in this area, and then speed back up over here, back into the pond. We've got roots from the lucky bamboo. These are all roots. This catches a lot of pit. So really, you can just set the pad right there, release all the waste from the roots here, catch it in the pad. And then clean it and repeat, rinse and repeat. Pretty simple, huh? You gotta clean, it's coming out the other end even with me doing this. Getting caught in that. Some of it will go into the pond, that's okay, the fish can eat a lot of that. So I'm just cleaning this before I go putting the non-sulfur bacteria in. What I'm going to do is just clean this up a little bit like I want it, and then remove the pad, and then put the bacteria in. I don't want the bacteria getting into the pad, because then I'm just going to rinse the pad out, and I don't want to remove my bacteria. I want it to flow freely, at least let it set up, then I'll put the pad back in. I don't want to catch it in the pad. I want it to disperse itself through the creek and the pond. So that's pretty good. Look at that. All that caught. You can just set it right here for now. Get this stand here. And I'm going to break open this non-sulfur bacteria here. We're going to put some of this in. Let's see here. Let's just set this right here for now. I gotta go get my shot glass. This isn't a shot glass, but I'm going to do basically a catful, maybe 2 catfuls. Shake it up a little bit. Just going to do a catful in the shot glass. Yeah, we'll do 2. We got a lot of water here. So we're starting off small. Smells kind of, it doesn't smell bad. Doesn't smell bad at all, actually. It smells, kind of it's weird. I've never Never hard to describe. A little eggish, maybe. Little, not rotten eggish, but maybe on the verge. Kinda. Maybe a little funky. We're gonna come up here. This is all I'm putting in. 2 capfuls. That's about 10 mils. We're going to just throw it right in there and let it filter through, down through this feed spot here. There we go. She'll funnel down through here, work her way through that Kimmy bag, all through that. Then we'll wait about a week and we'll do it again. We'll start small, work our way up. I don't want to disrupt the balance too much, you know what I mean? We always start small. Always small, or a little goes a long way in organics, especially in nature. You can never take away what you put. If you put too much, you can't take it away. You can always add more. Don't be a moron, so to speak. Get it? Don't be a moron. That's Leighton Morrison there. Of course, if he was saying it, he would tell you, don't be a fucking moron. Fucking idiot. Just kidding. I love Leighton. He's the reason. He's probably the number one reason why this is here right now. I mean, there's a lot of other people that influenced this. Marco, Leighton. Marco from Marco is Growing, or Microbes by Marco. Leighton Morrison. Brian from Rubber Ducky Isopods. All these people influenced this grow and gave me the knowledge, really, and the knowledge, the know-how, the inspiration. You know, all of that came from a couple of different people. That's, you know, just the information that they were giving out at the time. And I happened to catch that information at the right time, had the right reasons. I had, you know, everything just fell together to get to this point. That's really the best way I can explain it. I mean, things going on in my life at the time. My business was taking off. I had family issues with my mother and my grandmother. If you know what that was all about, then you know, but we're not going into that. Just know it wasn't a fun time. But yeah, with that and just everything COVID, it was crazy. And from all that, me basically needing a way out, my brain was going crazy. I was stuck in a truck all day, every day, 7 days a week, for 12, 15, 16-hour days sometimes. It wasn't. It was a good time in my business, bad time in my personal life, and then this, I fell into, you know, needing to grow medicine, cannabis, because of COVID, and then I fell into, wow, this is pretty interesting with the cannabis, but I was doing it, you know, I bought some mills, bought a couple of pots and just was feeding them, you know, salt nutrients for about 6 months, my first run. Excuse me. And that was a disaster. I mean, the environment just wasn't right. I didn't have the environment right. It wasn't the mills. It was just the soil I was using. It was the environment I was in. It was everything about this whole thing. And that just set me on a learning spree. Then I found natural farming, and then I found Leighton Morrison and Future Cannabis Project, and the whole. He was talking about soil horizontal systems, and then I saw Marco's grow, and he was running a kind of a side pond, not like a little aquarium, but he was pumping water through his pond, but not like a creek, but just pumping it up at the top and setting his bed on an angle and letting that water run down through his bed, catching it at the bottom and then pumping it back up into his fish tank. And I was like, wow, that's cool. That's different. And then I was like, well, I've always wanted to incorporate the fish pond with my grow. And I was like, everybody kept talking about nature and diversity in nature. The more diverse you can get in your surroundings, the more biology you're going to get in your soil, the more biology you're going to get, the more mineral and nutrient breakdown you're going to get, and you'll never have to amend, you'll never have to do this. This takes time to build, it just doesn't happen overnight. There will be periods of, like what we have here with learning experiences. We're going to get crashes, we're going to get, all these different things, but if we can dial it in, and keep it dialed in. That's the thing. Dialing it in is one thing. Keeping it dialed in is a whole nother ballpark. I mean, it's a whole nother experience. It really is. I mean, like getting it dialed in. Anybody who's ever done a fish tank or an aquarium, the initial setup, when the initial start off, everything's clean, everything's fresh. It seems to kick off and you do great. And then after that clean and fresh goes away because the bacteria and the biology and everything is breaking all that down, it has to be replenished. So it has to be either cleaned and replaced, the filters. You have to clean and replace filters. You have to do water changes where you're siphoning out the bottom of the gunk. This is all due to the fact that you don't have enough surface area space and enough bacteria and biology breaking down the nitrates and ammonias before they get back to your fish pond. This stuff here is one of those bacteria that really speeds the process up. It creates oxygen, I believe. It does a lot of different things. It creates amino acids and all the good things that we're looking for. And it also works in water. Like they love anaerobic conditions. So they really turn anaerobic conditions into hospitable areas, basically. So the plants can come in, life can come in and live in these anaerobic conditions due to the fact that we have the proper bacteria and biology breaking down things in order for the plants to use it. It's really quite, it's the system itself, whoever created this system, God, aliens, whatever you want to go with, really doesn't matter to me. Setting up a system like this, the genius of the system is the way everything works. It's so extremely complex, but yet basic in its basic form. It's so basic in the form as to things break down, the poop loop or the shit loop, as Elaine Ingham would say, from big to small, all the way down to the bacteria and fungi. It's a shit loop, is all it is. Things breaking down in stages, boom, boom, boom. Each stage creates different chemistry, creates different ecology, different everything about this. Everything's in this. Chemistry, biology, I mean, the whole 9 yards. And when you do that, if you don't do it right and don't set this and maintain the basic principles, like the environment, the light, the replenishing of the creek, sand and silt as the worms break it down. The worms leave the edge of the creek. Therefore, the aeration leaves. Therefore, the worm castings turn to mud. The worm castings then close, turning into mud. So they are little tiny balls with air pockets running through them. Plus the worms are running through it all the time because they're constantly going through that sand and silt. You can see them going through it. All that was fresh. You can see where it's turned. They're just running through. Look at the holes in the sand. That's a worm hole or isopod hole or a earwig hole. They're all running through this stuff, creating air channels. When that stops, the worm castings turn to mud, air stops flowing, and we get problems. Get major problems. Grass starts turning yellow, things can't breathe, it can't uptake nutrient, and it dies off. Pretty simple. You would think you would want to be adding nutrients because you've got nutrient deficiency, but that's not the case. We don't have nutrient deficiency, we have lockout. The nutrient is here, guaranteed. We just locked them out. Imagine holding your breath. You ain't gonna hold it for very long. Look at the snails. So we put the non-sulfur back in. So let's, that's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to track, put it in. Day 34 of flour. Let's see, we'll put it right here. Added non-sulfur, purple non-sulfur bacteria. Okay. Y'all remember that. We got a lot of work to do in here today. We're going to do concrete today. The concrete's going to get done. We're going to take the heat lamp, put it on the concrete. Hopefully that concrete will be dried up by tomorrow evening. We'll be able to pond shield by Monday. Hopefully by Wednesday we'll be good to go again. And I'm hoping by June 1st, first week of June, we'll have this thing up and going. That's my plan. That's my plan, man. Stan. Oh, yeah, check it out. Oh, that's another thing. We did turn the waterfall on. So go check that out. Check that video. It's on our live, from yesterday's live video if you didn't see it. But the falls look pretty damn good. I really liked how it fell. And it's falling really strong. We're going to put another, so it's going to fall down in here. We're going to raise that back up a little bit, and it's going to fall and come down again. So we might put a log or something right there and let it run off the top of the log down and then in. So it's going to be pretty cool. I really liked how it flowed. We've got a little concrete we got to put up here. We're going to put a little concrete through here, smooth this out. We had a leak through here. We had a leak right here somewhere. Yeah, see the water? It's right in here. We had another leak over there. And that one in the pond too. But yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. And what we're going to do with the concrete is just basically run it all the way down through here. Up the sides, we're going to smooth it out nice and smooth. Nice. Get it. I know where I screwed up. I was thinking that the pond shield would seal up all those cracks, but it didn't do it. Didn't do it. And it warns you about that. The pond shield does warn you. It says your concrete must be smooth and crack free. So, they ain't lying. Alright, that's it for today. I hope everybody enjoys their Memorial Day Saturday. I believe today's Saturday. Yeah, today's Saturday. Cooter and Scooter say, what's up? Monster Monstera says, what's up? What's up, Cooter? Looking good, boy. Looking good. Look at this guy down here. What's up, Dig? Alright, we're heading on out of here. We're going to do some concrete work. So, we might go live today too. Who knows? We did pretty good on yesterday's live, so we'll probably see if we can go live, or maybe we'll be on another show somewhere. I don't know. We might slip in somewhere. So be on the lookout. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.